Hello and welcome back to another video. Before I will start this video, I got some comments from people who would really try to help me with this build, and I overlooked this every time. I looked at the wrong place. That was what's wrong. So I checked all my videos and there were only a few shots where you could clearly see what I missed. And there are these two screws here, one on the left, one on the right. If you remove those two screws, you can just lift out the tray of the motherboard. That's what they were trying to tell me. I didn't see it. I still want to thank the people who saw that and tried to point me in the right direction, and I didn't see it. So thank you for that. I now know where to find it and how to open it, and maybe I'll use it in the future. I ran into some problems when rebooting the system after putting it back together. I'd first tried to backtrack all my upgrades to find the error. I removed the extra memory from the video card, I removed the sound card, and that's where we start off. I'll fix all problems one by one.
Well, after some many tweaking and testing and swapping, I swapped even video cards. Tried a video card of my old 386. That didn't do anything. Then the next step was maybe set back the cache memory. I also did that. So I have the win bonds back in there. But then still the system wouldn't boot. So that wasn't the problem either. So even the old ones didn't cause the problem. Still wouldn't boot. And then I remembered I added this one little jumper. I removed that jumper and suddenly it started booting all the drive. So it started with the CD-ROM drive, then the disk drive, and then yeah, it couldn't go further because I had removed all these cables and stuff. So it would do the boot sequences. So I knew, hey, it's working again. I heard the beep, the startup beep of the BIOS, and yeah, it worked. And all because of one jumper. And in the manual, it's displayed as you need to put it in. So let me show you where it is. It's I'll go with a pen to the side here, and it's this jumper here. In the manual it says it's needed for the 486 DX4, but this jumper is actually needs to be removed. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going I have to take out these WinBond cache memories again and replace them with the newer ones, and then reset the jumpers back, because that's also I also had to set those back to 265K, so I have to put that to 512, and then we can retest the system finally. While I was busy with the computer and all of its cards anyway, I thought, why not put back these pins and put them back straight like the rest of them? That would be a nice extra thing to do.
This is the end result. Looks straight enough for me.
After finding the problem, I put everything back together as I did when I ended my last video. I have so much confidence I know that that was the problem. We have to set all the hard disks correctly in the BIOS or else nothing will boot. Alright, we're in the BIOS. Now we go down. Oh. User, we have to enter it ourselves. It's 839 heads, 16 pre-comp, land zone 838, sectors 62, 420. That's cool. Now we have to do this one. This is the new one, and I hope I can get this one right. It's 1050. We have a drive, and that's the that one. I'm not gonna do any settings now. Just the hard drives first. Let's see. I also want to know what's on the other hard disk. If there's still data on there, I don't know. Save to CMOS. Exit yes. Oh, something goes wrong. It beeps. Memory test fail. Ouch. Okay, that could be the cache memory. Let's do continue. I think it's the cache memory. Continuing always takes some time. It has 512K cache, so it should all work. Oh, unable to control A20 line. XMS drivers. Error. Haha. It still has problems with that. My keyboard isn't working, so... Well... Interstack overflow. System halted. Okay, there's still some problems. Well, I've recorded the whole startup, so... I think I can find what's the problem. Now, that's the first startup. Some problems. A memory fail. I did see 512 cache.
The spacebar problem wasn't fixed properly yet, so let's do that first.
This broken off piece of plastic for the spacebar, I'm going to replace it with, I have a spare slot cover for a computer, and this part I think I can match it with this one. And it should be like this. I tried to glue it, but it didn't hold, of course. I'm gonna cut this one out. Try to cut the path inside, just like here. See if I can recreate it and then place it in this holder, because that's cool. It fits right in this holder. You can pull it out with a piece of pliers. This one's ready, so I need to fix it and make just a new one out of some plastic.
And this is the end result. I had to bend the point a little bit to keep the pin inside when you push down the spacebar, but it works perfectly.
I'll show you the spacebar. Fire my fantastic, right? The spacebar is working perfectly now. I'm going to put back the old cache memory, reboot, and then see what happens. If then still this whole keyboard A20 line error keeps coming up, there's something else going on. Now we get screen. Yes. Now let's see if it does everything right. No! It still beeps. I hate it. What's wrong? So here I am, still busy with my computer. I had this error, this memory error at the start. The memory test failed. What I did was I removed the cable of IDE 2. I just first thought, let's take out all the shit we don't need right now. So I pulled out the IDE 1 cable that goes to my CD-ROM drive. Also took the power out. Then I did a reboot. I only had one bank of memory in there, so I try to minimize everything. And now, let's see. I'm gonna do a reboot. I'll show you what happens. This is crazy. I think I have to change settings on the VL bus controller card to get this working. So let's check what happens. So I do reboot. Don't mind the stupid lamp. You see? 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. No errors. Too bad I put back the old memory. Now if I choose the first option again, no error messages. Yeah, no valid CD-ROM drive devices, of course. Now I'm gonna try something bad. I'm gonna reseat this one and the power, and we'll do it again. I wanna know for sure if that's really the problem. Wow, it's finally working, guys. Even the display, the high, it looks clear now. Maybe because of the cleaning or whatever. If I do turbo, also low is displayed very well. High, yes, so that's cool. I reconnected the cable, reconnected the power supply. I didn't remove anything else. If we now boot the system and we get the same error, we got it. Then the VL bus controller card, oh, I hate that name. It has some weird issues or needs to be reset with some jumpers. Turn it on again. Here we go. I'm very curious. Yeah. He doesn't like it. Yeah. I also came across some other settings in the BIOS that were wrong. I also set this to Write Thru. I now have something I can pinpoint the problem. So I'm gonna add all the memory banks. I'm going back to my 512 megabytes of cache, and then we'll see what happens. I knew this project was gonna take a long time. I knew it. I couldn't find any settings on this thing that I could change to get rid of my problem. The second IDE 1 should just work. IDE 0 works because IDE 1 is controlled by this one. This jumper 20, it says 28, but those numbers are wrong if you look at the manual, or the manual is wrong. Either way, this is jumper 16 to 20, and jumper 20 set to 2 and 3 closed. That means it's enabled. And for IDE 1, we need to have jumper 5 set to 1 and 2 closed. Jumper 6, that's a different story. It says something about the address set for IDE 1, but it also is important that it needs to be in 2 to 3 closed, because that way we can determine that this is the primary IDE. These are the IRQ settings for both IDEs. JP30, I think, is IRQ 15 for IDE 1, and jumper 29 is IRQ 14 for IDE 0. I couldn't figure out anything else. These are all enabled, so all ports we have are enabled. Port 1, parallel port, printer port, game port, mouse port, everything, you know. Here we can set IRQs for printer and other ports. Yeah, there's some other jumpers on this board, but they're unused. We have jumper 11 or jumper 7 to 13. They aren't used. Part of them could be used for a BIOS. There's a print here for a BIOS, but that's not integrated on this one. I restarted the computer, so let's see what it does now. Everything is back to normal. Full memory, cache memory. It's also installed. We'll see that after the test. Disk drive check goes on. 512K. Fantastic. Memory works. Yeah, I can't find the CD-ROM drive, but that's correct. So everything's working now. I have the DIR, that's okay. The D drive invalid drive specification. So the settings I have set in the BIOS aren't correct. That's right. 16, 0, and this should be 48, 1048. All right, save and exit. D drive. Hey, somehow it doesn't see it anymore. That's weird. Maybe we need to put that in the second IDE. Only I have one hard drive. I can't turn on the second hard drive together with the rest. So I'll first go into the BIOS. Show you, yeah. This is the only thing, if anybody knows how this works, why it doesn't remember my date and time. That's the only thing. So I only have one drive, it's the C drive. The D, it just doesn't get it. So instead of the D, I've set up the CD-ROM drive. And I have 512 cache memory. Look there, in the right upper corner. All right. Starting everything up, it works. CD-ROM drive is detected. Soft MPU works. Yeah, I'll do the tests I did before, and then we're gonna clean the whole system, copy everything we want to save, remove everything else, and then yeah, continue from there. Spacebar is fixed, so that's cool. What I have to change is this battery. No, the echo battery is empty. That's what I say here in Dutch. Manually set date and time. Yeah, we still have to do that. BIOS doesn't save time and date. Enter manually. So we'll do that. Let's do a ScanDisk. C drive / surface. I think it's something like this. Let's just go through the whole thing. To create an undo disk, create a blank disk or a used undo disk in drive A and then choose the drive A or drive B button. A diskette. Well, I have a backup of this, so yeah, it's cool. I've added it. I don't know how big the file is. Some problems might be unable to find the entire file, or there might be invalid data toward the end of the file. Fix it to have save correct the size, blah blah. Fix it, just fix it. Keep on going. He says he's fixing the problem. It should be A. One or more files on the C drives are stored incorrectly and are overwriting each other's data. Well, some of these files probably contain invalid data. To find out which files are involved, choose More Info. A crosslink occurs when two or more files use the same cluster. I've never done this before. 50% complete. That's fast. Yes. Oh, now it does the whole data check. I think there's one bad cluster. I'm just gonna let it run and we'll see what happens. So it found one bad sector. It advises me to sustain physical damage. Back up your files as soon as possible. For more, you should run ScanDisk daily. No, that's not necessary. I'm just gonna reinstall, format, etc, etc. View log. That's funny. Successfully resolves all crosslinks, so that's cool. There are 104 lost clusters in one chain. That's also good, because hey, that's currently using cluster. Patch the cluster successfully. Okay. Save log. ScanDisk.log. Okay. I'm first gonna do all the top benches just to see if it has improved. It must have improved. I finally closed up the case. It's all put back together now. Here's my lovely keyboard. It's working fully. All upgrades worked except for two small things. One not so small. This hard disk, I cannot get it to work. I even tried it in master mode with only this drive attached. Fill in the sectors, even check the website that shows what sectors and land zone, because the land zone isn't written on this thing. I did auto detect. There's an auto detect function in the BIOS. Tried those settings, also didn't work. Another thing, the BIOS with the new battery still works as it always did. Maybe the 3 volts is not enough for this BIOS, I'm not sure, but it doesn't store the date and time. For the rest, it stores the sectors and everything. So yeah, too bad I can't use this drive. Maybe, or it's just broken. I can test it on a newer system that has auto detect with IDE and see if I can still get it working. Yeah, I can't find anything broken. I'm not an expert on hard disk drives. Okay, let's do a test. We have the memory back. Option 1, everything should load now to the maximum settings. 18/09/2024. Time 22:09. First test. I'm very curious. 47.6. 2. 46.9. Chris's benchmark. 37.7 frames per second. Oh boy, this is some deception right now. Wow, so far all tests turn out negative. That's very weird. Number 5. 14.6. Number 6. Yeah, this runs in the expectation. Also lower, 5.7. What is going on? Okay, I'll do Doom. I already know it's not going to be better. 89.13 frames per second. That's lower than last time. B. 30.34 frames per second. I'm gonna stop doing all these benchmarks because this is not going to get any better than it was. I'm very curious how this happens, why this happens. Is it the cache memory? Is it the extra memory in our video card? I don't know, we'll have to find it out. I want to show you what I changed. I changed this setting, external cache write back, write through. It was set to write through because I thought it had to do with my CPU that had write through. That's not the case. So let's see what it does. Last and final update. I don't know where I got this from. I still have some 8 megs of RAMs. Exactly 2. I already have 2 of 2 8 RAMs inside. I have 2 slots left, so if I put these in there, I probably have 32 megabytes of RAM. That's the really last thing, and then we'll do the full test. One. And two. That was a hard one. Now you'll see the full loading. It will take longer now. I think that I will skip this in the future. You can turn this off in the BIOS, this memory test, because it will do it 4 times, if I'm correct. Yes, 4 times. 5 times. My God. 1. $66.6. That's the same. $65.4. That's option 2. Option 3. $45.4 frames. That's better. Okay, just one option in the BIOS changes everything from bad to better. $12.8 frames per second. Nice. Number 5, PC player benchmark. 18.6. Number 6. $6.7. Doom minimum. Wow, that was fast. 107.62 frames per second. B, Doom maximum. .34 frames per second. Nice. Landmark. Clock speeds are the same. And let's check the real scale for the video. It's exactly the same as it was. It's faster, but purely because of more memory. First Topbench, M. The score is now around 225. Check CPU. Let's do S. Alright. T, cache check. Let's see if it works or not. Yes, here it goes. Yeah, here it says all the speeds. Main memory, L2 cache, L1 cache. L2 cache is 512. Check. Let's do Topbench. See what it can bring us. Real-time benchmarking. Score is now 219 average, 220. Pentium 75 clone. Escape. Let's do CheckIt. All good. Benchmarks. Let's do main system benchmark. Drive stones and math speed. I didn't do this task last time, so now we have this data as well. Now the video. Characters per second is lower than previous, but direct video CPS is more. Okay, more than enough. System information configuration. Yeah, it also says 32K, 32,000 kilobytes available base memory, and then available at the end is 562K. Video RAM size is 265, 512K. That's it. One thing I want to check is how does the Keylock work? Does it work at startup or does it just lock the keyboard? We'll check. I'll just lock it now. Start up the computer. Because I have a 386. Hey, yeah. Unlock the key. Alright, unlock it. Press F1 to continue. Yes! Funny. Alright. Just let it boot up first. Hey, it says 31/12/1999. That's weird. It's 27/09/2024. And the time, it's already that time. Okay, if I lock it now, like this, can I type hello? No. Again, hello. No, it really locks the keyboard and you just get a message before startup that it's locked. So that's how it works. So if I now, no, I got him. So if I now unlock, can I now type hello? Yes. Hello. Hello, hello? Yes. So it's funny. It works. It's super ridiculous. Well, this could only be handy if you really don't want someone else working on your computer, but then if you have a screwdriver, you can just open it up and take out the wires. There's this yellow light, but that's for the turbo, so that's a little bit distracting. So you might think that if you do this, there would go the light above it would go on for the key, but it's the light for the turbo. And you think the light for the turbo would be above the turbo, but it's the power on. So these indicators are very weird, but if you look at the signs, it's actually correct. This is the hard drive signal. If it's busy, it will start flickering. Turbo, yeah, it says turbo. So, but above it is the light bulb for light. But in this case, it's power. And this one is, yeah, it has this lightning bolt. So you should actually think it should be power, but it's turbo. A lightning icon for turbo. That's weird. You don't need a light for turbo. You have this. This says what it does, max or low. And that's also weird. It says megahertz here. I still want to dive into that stupid display jumper settings on the back. It now says low. It says high, but here it says megahertz. So it would be nicer if you had an indicator with numbers. So 100 megahertz, and like this, it's 66 megahertz. Okay, so it would be cool if we just do that, and this light would go on, saying it's locked. And the turbo just doesn't have an indicator. And then this power is the power. That would make more sense to me. Let's do a reset. So we'll do reset in the low status, and let's see what's the frequency it gives. It still says 100 megahertz. That's weird. See that after a reboot, it went from 1999 to, so it remembers something, but I think if you go above, what did we say, 1998, for example, huh? Let's say that. And it's 23 Oh. What if we now reboot? Will it say this date with this time? Now I'm curious. I'm putting it in high mode first. Yeah, you see? $1998, that's what I said. So when I go above the 2000, it goes to 2094 instead of 2000. Oh, okay, we'll do one more check. And the time, well, the time it also isn't saved. That's another weird thing. The year below 2000 is stored in the BIOS. Maybe I thought that if you would go below the 2000s, also the time would be stored, but that's not the case.
As most of you may already have guessed, is that upgrading the cache memory doesn't improve the video graphics performance that much. I hope to get a little bit more with the extra memory on the graphics card, but I don't think it did anything. To get real graphics improvement, you just need to install a better video card. I'm not going to do the whole formatting, scanning, and reinstallation of the system in this video. That takes too much time. I'll do it in a later video. I hope you enjoyed this video of me having a hard time trying to get this computer back on the run. Give it a thumbs up if you like. Bye.